Right.
the last game. I guess there's a hypothetical in that actually getting to see it on the floor again. I guess like what were the improvements that you guys made?
Well, I thought defensively we were really good in the first half. Other than too many turnovers and some offensive rebounds, I thought we played a really complete first half. And really, most of the second or the halftime we spent talking about not allowing what happened the other night against Ohio State of a thrust back, and we had a similar type lead, and we went right back and did the same thing. So defensively, to be able to catch ourselves after that first 5 to 7 minutes when they made a run back at us, and I think there's the moxie of the group. They didn't panic. That we had different guys step up and do some things. I thought our fives, Steve and Nolan, did a pretty good job of once we got things back under control. And then Klesman obviously made big time plays as we extended the lead back out. So good teams are going to make runs at you. They got too good of players not to. But I thought our disposition, we didn't have the same bite to us at the start of the second half that we had in the first 20 minutes, and we were able to. They recognized that, and we got that back in the back half of the game there in the second half. So, always things you can get better at. I think for us to come in here and have your leading scorer not score tells me the depth and versatility of this group and how it's continuing to grow and find different guys. So you score 84 points and John doesn't score. But there's been so many nights he's carried us, he's helped us. So I think that's what makes this team really, really good is that we have a lot of pieces and a lot of weapons.
Greg, I was going to ask you about that. When did you know that your team had this much depth to survive a night when you don't get any points from John and you still win by double digits on the road?
Yeah, I think this summer I started seeing things come together and knew we had. I think the credit goes to my staff too of how very intentional how we put this team together in today's era of portal and the transient nature, that we were very selective and intentional on how we put the team together, that have depth across the board at each spot and not have too much of something and not enough of another. So you're able to, you get enough depth and versatility that you can withstand. We're not dependent on one specific guy or two specific guys in that case. So I think, and then they've grown, and that's a credit to the players and our staff. They've grown and gotten better. We're still trending upward, which we need to continue to do.
Coach, how'd you slow down their point guard, Desmond Clark?
Yeah, he's a handful. I mean, I watched him. We recruited him a little bit out of high school or prep school before he went to Xavier, and he's turned into, I think we kept pressure on him. We were able to rotate 2-3 guys on him. I thought our fives did a good job for the most part of keeping him in ball screens out of the paint. And we were able to, plug gaps around him as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, he's a really, really good player that's evolved and developed into one of the better point guards in our league.
Right, it seemed like there was just kind of an emphasis in general to put pressure on their ball handlers, getting passing lanes, make them have to work a little bit. What was successful in that first half? What was the emphasis in scouting to do that?
Well, I think the point of your defense always starts with ball pressure, right? And regardless of where your pickup point is, and we don't extend too far, so we're more of a pack line philosophy, but we still have to have ball pressure. And I think you can see when we don't have enough, teams become comfortable, and that's what I felt in the start of the second half. They got too comfortable, so we were able to change that narrative a little bit and get into the ball, get a little more aggressive in ball screens, and we're able to get enough stops to get separation back again.
John's explosiveness has really kind of shown here over the last week, but the steadiness that he had in the second half when they made their run, him and Max seemed to really work well off each other to kind of build that lead back. Does that just kind of show you that he's got a little bit more maturity beyond his sophomore year?
Yeah, I've said all along since the day he came in as a freshman that he wasn't a freshman in terms of his mentality and his approach and how he views things. He's very mature and has a great disposition about him. So yeah, I think you want to lean into experience, and obviously Klesman stepping up there down the stretch as a fifth-year guy. You lean on the road when you have in these type of environments against a team that's making a little push at you. Experience is key, and experience is really important, and it showed again today.
I know it's just one game for Max,
Mm-hmm.
but considering how much he's kind of struggled with his shot, what do you think this can do for him to kind of get him to start trending back in a positive direction?
With anybody, they struggle. You keep playing hard. And playing hard, makes up for. You'll be amazed how how many easy buckets come to you when you just play hard. And he hasn't not played hard. He's just keep doing what you do, and there's a point in time when you need to step up and he'll be ready to deliver.
He's had a tough year with injuries and just the shooting. I guess, like, how have you kind of seen him handle it emotionally? I guess, like, what?
He's been fine. He wants to make every shot just like everybody else on my team. But no, he's a competitor. You know, he's a battler, and we've always had guys like that in our program over the course of the 25 years I've been there that have some toughness to them and grit and help you win games in more ways than just their individual scoring. And he's done that tonight, and then today he found the bucket a little bit.
Kamari's shooting percentage has been off the charts for you guys off the bench. I know you were expecting him to really bring that energy. Were you expecting him to shoot this well, this
He's put a
deep
lot
into
of
the
time
season?
into it. It's a great, him and Gilmore, I always say they've come the long, hard way through their career. They've had to really work and overcome the odds, and he's continued to work on his game, work on his craft. You're never too old to get better, right? And he's continued to get better as a senior, and he's taken really good shots too. I think he understands the speed of the game, how he needs to play, all those things, and obviously we're the benefit of his upward trajectory.
Let's take one more, if there is one.
Greg, what were your thoughts just on St. Thomas, who he is?
Yeah, it's I've watched him a lot because we recruit Omaha and are in there a lot, so I saw him. He played a lot against one of my former point guards, Chucky Hepburn, so I've known about him for a long time. A really good player. Like I mentioned, Claude, watched him a lot, so it's he's a really good player, and he's grown. He's bigger than what he was back in high school when I watched him warming up, standing by him. He wasn't that tall when he was at Millard. So, like I said, I thought he knocked down some shots. He plays hard. He plays with energy. Trying to help those other guys pick those other guys up. So, it's a good player.